electric game out of map number or series number 1, right? 13-0 into a reverse sweep at one point up 18-0 in terms of rounds over the first two maps. And then lose out from that point forward. It's a pretty incredible, the resiliency out of Solid. They come through as a roster to fear. Some surprises on the side of Fluxo as they take the cake over Red Canids, who just got off the back of Pro League. And we're hopping right into the action here, ready to start things off a little early. Just to break things down for you all, I guess we can highlight the vetoes. Out of the gates, we're going to be seeing the map pick come through from the side of Red Canids on Mirage. paiN up next. And then we'll close things off on Vertigo. But as we see already, kauez up for 2. The double dualies are doing damage. And the pistol looks to be good here for the side of the CTs.
It is over immediately. So Red Canids, this is the ace up their sleeves. It's their favorite map to play. It's Mirage. It's David Diaz's playground. And, you know, it wasn't awful today here for them, but they did fall versus Fluxo on it, which is, I think, the big surprise here. They lost more than a single T round. They were up 8-4 at the half and couldn't get anything going on the attack after Fluxo picked this map into them. Like, honestly, when you look at the veto, Fluxo were the team that were playing from behind, and they managed to pull it off. So Red Canids definitely feeling the burn as Fluxo played into their strength and still lost. And so paiN Gaming have the opportunity to do that again here on Mirage. I think they've had a little bit of time to try and recuperate their individual form, because I think that was certainly missing versus GBB and company earlier today.
Yeah, no question. Just missing some sprays, a little uncharacteristic of this team. Missing some easier opportunities. My God. Missing out on that opening duel there. Some form or fashion. Will be recovered by NQZ, but none of those kills are through the MP9, which I think is what you'd prefer. Either way, only losing that MP9 is big you to fall. He had a bit of a tough third map, you know. I think, you know, he's certainly a guy that you would expect to have a little bit more impact there in paiN Gaming's success story, as we've seen so many times before. He isn't the only piece of the puzzle. I think at the beginning of 2024, this guy was actually just carrying him so hard, getting them through tough international competition, and he was the big factor. He was the big deal. You do have so many more pieces. I think we've seen Rice from NQZ, kauez, again, as I've highlighted. Lux is such a strong rifler to back it up. And Snow, this new guy, this prodigy that we've highlighted so many times before, is a huge pickup.
On the flip side here, Red Canids have come through with a change in the off-season as they bring on paiN into the team, which kind of mixes up the roles on this roster and seems a little bit odd from the jump on this team, because obviously Nithon has been opping his entire career and needing to trade that off. paiN, on that note, was 100% missing in that series.
Yeah.
So as Biggest Era went cold on map 3, paiN just could not get going any part of the map.
It's a great
That's nice from Nithon, though. No op needed. And the AK entry is good. He will be cut down by Lux here on the balcony. A great trade from coldzera. That leaves Bigu back at the site, getting closed in on from multiple angles. 15 HP, and will get headshotted. And no op needed for him as well, as we got a 2v2.
That's such an explosive cat play rolling on out from Red Canids with conviction. Utility was perfect to get past the angle, run through the smoke, and now there's a chance in the post. I don't know how interested they are in making an effort, but NQZ is going to helm the charge. He's going to get double swung here. It's perfect on execution, but a little delayed when it comes to the kill from David. He's now going to lock this down in a 1v1.
Yeah, 30 HP. And he just hits him with the big swing. It's what David wants to be. And toy with his opponent and keeps it simple. So Red Canids will strike with the first gun round. I mean, David is the engine of chaos for this team. He's just so good, man. I love him.
Yeah, and I especially liked what I got out of him. You know, at Pro League, obviously took him a little bit to heat up that VP matchup. I think most crucially for this Red Canids team is they found ways to win on the T side without just using David, and it got them, I think, better performance internationally than just, you know, a one-man show, which is fine. I think David can handle a lot of that pressure, but when you're talking about competing on a international level versus really good teams, you know, David's a great player. He cannot do it by himself on this T side. They've got to have other people that can find entries, that can take access. kauez is not oftentimes willing to do a lot of that as a more passive player. Nithon just gives it a go, just can't always execute. Oh, that's such a cute boost. Gives him an opening, looks to follow up for the second.
Okay. Upstairs, kauez looking for this refrag. He's gonna take a jump off of the bench. He misses it though. And now he's in an awkward spot as an instant headshot comes through from Snow. Now the double players moving out from the A site. Henny, last in tow here, will fall to the hands of Lux, who got 4. Just playing from that stairs position.
What a creative start, man. That is absolutely sick. I've not seen that boost before. They're jumping up on top of the head, getting vision over that console. I thought he was maybe going to be spotted, but if you're a T, you're never looking there. You're never looking at the top of your screen unless you're covering top stairs, and at that point he wasn't in a position to do so just yet.
Now just Glocks. I'm not sure Glocks saw David, but he's making footsteps. So David, I do like this play. Smoke's going to fade. David. Oh, Lux. Various different angles. He'll slink away, however. And David still gets himself onto the site to be a little bit of a nuisance, and the rest of the team makes their way out mid into yet another multi-kill here for paiN Gaming, who are been given many opportunities to get heated up on this one. Flow state is looking like a go here.
All systems go, ready to give him some early success. Again, gonna need to see some T-side action. I mean, you talked a little bit earlier about Nithon's transition into rifling. I think it was more of a necessity to get a little extra firepower. Nithon's lobby was a bit rough towards the tail end. I think a lot of people would say that. I think he would say it, as the calling took a big toll. But this team's T-side still have a lot of things to sort out as Nithon, you know, tries to develop as a caller. And has these pieces to work with. He has, you know, Henny with a flashy op stance who can give you some of these opening duels. Can hit these strides. I feel like they just need a little bit more depth tactically, and this roster could just do so much if they could get more of that execution power.
That really is just this lineup here for Red Canids. They recently brought in Farao. After not having a coach for basically age, like Ricky was in between and he got the boot. And I mean, Farao didn't really spend too much time as a coach for his team of bounty hunters. So, I mean, this squad kind of just is a team that is just set out to frag. Like, they just want to get themselves into positions to get these duels in. They're not doing anything super fancy. Very standard Counter-Strike with ridiculous aim. That's the hope for this team. You have David Ayas and Venom Zera on your roster. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
That was the other player I think that was stepping up in Pro League alongside David. In you know, season 20, he was doing really good work. I think at the start versus that VP, it was a little bit null and void. Now you're seeing a lot more impact and activity as a player on that extremity. He was able to get a lot more entries, a lot more first kills, take more initiative for this team, and that's what elevated them, got him a couple of nice wins. Like you said, that's firepower that can be seriously wielded. You just have to hit your strides. You have to be able to activate. Yeah, we got another creative boost here. Just another gimmick tossed into the mix for paiN to sneak a cheeky round, sneak a cheeky pick here or there.
And that is exactly what they'll get. Boost up there for Big Uzera. An easy dink down onto Nython. Now trying to flash their way up towards Connector. It does work. They break through, but only for a little bit. And QZ takes down a former teammate in coldzera. And it's quickly a 2 versus 4. Can David get anything done? He's out of Palace. Yes, he can. It's David, of course. Give them a chance. Underhands the smoke as well. Allows him to drop, but an excellent break there from Lux. Stops David from progressing. And Henny is going to save. paiN Gaming are going to go up 5-1 versus Red Canids.
Clean as could be right there. The opening duel does a lot of heavy lifting. NQZ with his AWP. Having a lot more fun on the CT side. Finding these nice duels, being active in the map. This is much more like it. This is a good sign for the paiN Gaming individuals who, again, it felt like they were just like a meteor hitting solid, but they burnt out in the atmosphere. They just heated up a little too hard in map 1. And then
they used everything in those 13 rounds.
Out of gas eventually. And then they just started missing it. I truly don't have many words behind it. Like, it's just some of the sprays were not connecting. Some of these kills that you just expect paiN Gaming to lock in with all the presence that they have just weren't there.
Yeah, like the duels they were taking, excellent. But he's also solid themselves for playing well. GBB again on that third map. Just kind of said this one's done. Now, this is a little awkward. Venom Zero will go down, but we've got the bomb in window. Henny finds his extra kill onto Lux, and there's a flank there. Big Uzera isn't ready for it. kauez, I think he's been seen by David. They're gonna start to clear this. kauez sees a jiggle peek. And he's out. Knocked out. In fact, and that leaves NQZ here 1v3. We'll post up on the cross, see if anyone gives him anything. I don't think that's happening, though. I think Red Canids have locked this one up. Couple kills missing on the defense there, especially with that flank coming through from the window.
Just takes so much space in that department. By that point, a little overwhelming once those kills start to flood through. And there's a huge lifeline for a Red Canids T side. Early activation. Canids get the job done. And QZ. Crucially, going to be safe to save with this AWP, but sneaking that round is kind of getting a taste of their own medicine. They had one hero rifle. Like paiN Gaming did previously with one hero rifle, they were able to succeed just the same in reverse.
So here we go. Couple saves. Good entries there from Red Canids. Now, NQZ just one-way street through underpass to a kill. As Nython is immediately out of the round. He's out as well. He's coming back into the A site, and he's going to be in time to shut down any lurkers. You're on that A site. David has been always present inside of Palace. He now has a scope on his position.
Going up against David, it always feels like there's one Palace in some form or fashion. Can't get away with it. They send send Lux rather, solo hold B. They've got 4 players on this A site close. And quick transition. This is going to be incredibly difficult.
No CT smoke either. This is very brutal, but a missed shot. But a counter flash, but the kills are not clean. kauez has been struggling all day, and he's gonna struggle some more. He gets the kill eventually, and then Snow does come through with a very big relief. kauez not really needed here as he's got backup. Excellent grenade comes through from Lux, and David without the impact he was looking for here from Palace. They know he's here. They're dropping graffitis and all of that. And time to shift walk away as paiN now strut to 6-2.
It's brutal, man. They're cycled smokes towards Palace and then the flashbang. I mean, yes, kauez misses a full clip, but he can afford that with how effective the utility is. And even if you're talking about like 4 players close by in rotation, that means, you know, the potential of say 4 flashes, you know, probably more likely at this point in the round 2 flashes, but that's 2 extra bits of utility that get used against you on your execute for red Canids. And you can see how effective kauez can become, even if he's struggling a little bit in the aim department. Has so much time to collect that kill. Just no worries. This lineup here, HE. Okay, this is a pretty sick setup. Unfortunately, the HE doesn't do justice. Not full coverage of that smoke being blown up, so no access. Granted here for a Henny opening duel. I like the vision though. He sees a barrel, Lux. A pixel. Given over in his campaign for a little bit of information. And a missed top connector smoke.
Oh boy. Going for this kind of Mirage setup where you play 4 leaning over towards A and you leave an op on B that can pick off any lurkers, and you leave those A players to try and stop the split. That top con smoke missing is so important because it means that NQZ doesn't need to fear catwalk anymore. Here comes a second top connector smoke, and he's there trying to get finicky with it, but now you see Lux might feel the pressure to rotate right now.
Not budging. But someone needs to. Someone needs to get a quick transition in. Got to be silent on rotation. Don't want to be too loud about it.
Oh no.
Pressure on. At least missed the shot. Re-ups on the angle, but he doesn't get the connection on the second. Eventually, 3rd time's a charm. And they're still slow to move here.
Oh, and around the smoke, Lux. So aware of that possibility. Venom Zera coming through from the apartments. Did he just get legged? Are you... What? All right. Well, Big Azera is going to come through with the cleanup, and those 2 B-site defenders, despite the missed shots from NQZ, which could have just turned into a highlight reel, it still buys enough time for a swift rotation.
Yeah, 3 opportunities as well, though, critically positioning himself to succeed. Unfortunately, that op isn't recovered inside the smoke, which was the one concern there. But reinvesting comfortably still. Timeout going to be used just right, Canids. I mean, again, just know what this T side needs to be. It needs to give them some room to get into a defense that is usually their bread and butter for just this team, and generally speaking, really good CT sides have been a stronghold for this roster.
Yes. But today, these T sides have been atrocious on this map. So, to be fair, getting 2 rounds on this T side is more than they got versus Fluxo. So
it's just brutal, man. It is brutal, but that is a consistent problem for this roster. And again, you got to question, you know, the ability of Nighthon to call. They really went all in. Talk about Destiny, the player I thought, just like in terms of like role-wise, was going to pick up the IGLing role, roster and take the calling role for this team, but ended up getting cut for Nighthon to switch to rifling. They've got to get themselves some space, and there's a way to do it. kauez will pick that injury and chance for more as the flashes are so well placed. Look at this, kauez with a little activity shows us what he's made of.
Oh, Snow, you're running out of ammo. They're getting close to the smoke, but the coverage from Lux is there. Look who is just armed with an AK. It's David, but can't spray down both. The Canids get some distance. They get a bomb plant. But at this point, if you're Red Canids, you need the rounds. And just... Well, they did get that forward progress there from kauez. They just needed that one extra. They just needed that little multi-kill. I'm meant to be. It's 8-2.
There's something I feel like they don't utilize enough as well. Those two opening goals, they don't utilize, you know, kauez's ability to fire up and get a couple nice entries here or there. Again, we know him as a bit of a passive player. He definitely is in this Red Canids roster. He's been in the past when he's been playing in this with many different South American teams. But then he shows us something like that where he can just throw it all caution to the wind, and you wonder if he could channel that consistently, what he could be. You know, the firepower is something really promising, but again, when he plays very slow, when he wants to work a late round out, that means that David and venomZera have to do a lot of heavy lifting.
This whole veto in general is a bit of a switch up. You know, as they've... Biggy's there, hold on. I'll hold the little extra thought bubble here as we're gonna pop into the A site, but they're kind of just dry walking this one. They're just hoping someone pulls off a miracle here. It's not been happening. The Red Canids. kauez back to default.
David cannot move out of Palace. He's constantly smoked every single round. I mean, 25 seconds, he's not going to have any influence here. You just got to wait to smoke.
The round's done. Like, kauez, godlike position hasn't been rooted out, and all 5 players are about to be here. This round's over. They didn't find that monster entry that Red Canids keep praying for, and it's just a very sad T-side round here.
Oh, dude, like the pain that David feels in every situation right now. Smoked off in Palace, never given a chance to do anything. You can't make it out of a main. kauez is put under zero pressure. He gets one, again, flashbang as the resistance, peeks off it, gets his kill, and stays alive. And talk about just efficiency out of a player. kauez been doing that for the most part this entire half. Kill, staying alive, tucking in, repositioning, getting into the next prong, recycling that smoke. It's the game plan for paiN. You know, they're saving these late smokes because guess what? You know, when a round gets late and the plays towards A, that David's in Palace, and David is this team's core on a T side.
Yeah, I mean, since Hardzao has, you know, departed the team, David, I think, has had to take up some different roles. Obviously, he's not typically this lurking type of antic. Typically was playing in the midst of the pack. Now he's trying to be set up by his team. Like, he's looking in Palace and waiting for, you know, these 3 players out of A main to get that one kill on the side anchor. Boom, now David activates and deals with the rotators. It's like that joke where that guy's like by the door. He has the pie in his hand. Day number 517, waiting for my team to get an entry. Maybe day number 518 is good enough as kauez up top. That is the entry they need. But kauez does refrag, and it's even more devastating. The pack gets annihilated by 1 player, and David can't get anything going. Shut down by Lux here on the B site. They try to start a split. Instead, they get devastated. They got 1 T-side round versus fluxo. They'll get the honor of getting 2 versus paiN. It's 10-2.
Something about the way you are turn me on. I'll never let you go. Don't you ever let me. I love it. Say my name.
it's Red Canids that just look sad. I'm not gonna lie here, Cole. That T side just could not get anything started. And unlike paiN, who are going into today with a 10-match win streak, Red Canids have struggled since they've gotten back here in Brazil, taking losses versus regional competition, and also taking losses versus paiN Gaming. Their last matchup was a swift 2-0 on the very maps we are playing today. It is looking to be more of the same. The pistol round is not looking good. David gets waterfalled on. Henny did not provide the coverage necessary. Now, Venom's era is still inside of this smoke, which is fun in games, but he's not even going to stop the bomb plant. In fact, he might not even have any targets on his screen in the hilarity of it all. As the smoke fades, there is one. Okay, there is two. Never mind. Venom's era at least does come through with a double. But still 2 players inside of A main. This round is not over.
Got a
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh, God. Biggie's era. Is he going to swing? Eventually, they've got to. They're hoping that it's a fake. It's not. It's 10 seconds. Oh, but it's Venom's era anyways. I mean, if that's what it takes for Red Canids to win a pistol, so be it.
Yeah, I mean, sharp, quick kills as needed. Clean stuff coming through from Venom's era. A little relief. I mean, their defense is where they get a lot stronger, man. This is where you got to start, and you can almost... I almost believe that they can pull it back at this point with how strong their CT sides on this map have been. With a pistol round, that's what really secures my beliefs that they're not out of this map at all, despite being down 2-10, despite being sent into a bit of a miserable spot. But we'll see. Just paiN Gaming, I'm sure I have a couple ideas. Not super aggressive with the purchasing, even though they got the bomb plant. Just get a deagle or two, get some firepower into the mix. See if they can't do some damage. Get a bomb plant. It's a lot of targets.
Okay. Target-rich environment, and David's feeling quite poor. NQZ on the other end. He got a dink. Extra damage dealt here. More players get up there in the window. Oh, and Coldzera's pulling pins. He gets punished immediately. The bomb inside a CT spawn is a big question, though. Fox is gonna post up. He gets the kill. He has the bomb. The bomb is going through market for good reason, because the Glocks, man. The Glocks. And the round's over. Henny is saving.
That was my bad. I'd like to take personal responsibility.
Fill out that apology
I didn't
form.
mean it. I shouldn't have spoken about any comebacks. That's my bad. My bad, Red Canids. That is unbelievable. As soon as I highlight it, they just get blasted. They get pieced up. Duel after duel. You can see strength in numbers for almost every fight that paiN take. And for Red Canids, they get caught staring down the barrel of a pretty brutal defeat at this point.
Terrorists win.
And he's somehow surviving.
And well, it's 11-3. Hey, Red Canids have done one round better than the last time they met on Mirage with paiN Gaming. There's been not a lot of happy things for this team since they've gotten back from Europe, I shall not lie.
They were a, win away from playoff position versus Furia. Tried for a revenge matchup up against that squad and missed out. Lost to them twice. They took a loss to VP. That's how they exit Pro League. Like you said, since they got back, it's still been, similar struggles that you would like to see avoided after getting an opportunity like that.
Now, it's just a dry run. They've gotten out of A main, and it's already so hard to contain. It's done. I saw The issue with that hold right there, Red Canids wasted all of their counter utility before paiN Gaming were even out there. All these flashes and everything, they weren't even through the smoke yet. It's just coldzera with the Desert Eagle at ticket in a 1 versus 2. I mean, he has all the time in the world by having no kit.
Looks slow as well.
It's possible. But he doesn't know where both are, and that extra bit of doubt is going to be a problem. And the longer he waits for an overstep that's never going to happen, the more and more this round is over. He is just taking the most advanced way to save, top of ticket, holding for a peak that eventually comes and he never hits the shot. It's a bit sad to see. It's paiN Gaming, who are on map point. They're up 12-3, and they've destroyed yet another team on their map pick. It's just sad, man. I don't know what happened. This Red Canids team just got upset by Fluxo today, who are playing with the player that been on their books for 5 days.
Prior to that, lost 2-0 to them. I mean, you know, 2 best ones in a matchup versus Fluxo as well. Split the difference in ECL up against Audit, who are a good team. Yeah, it is surprised to see. They got a little bit of soul searching to set themselves up. I don't know if that is going to buy them time on this map of Mirage, but maybe it can help them throughout the series.
I mean, I think the way that Red Canids have played Counter-Strike even throughout Brazil is we've always known them as a team who have a ridiculously high peak, but inconsistency throughout their year of play here in South America. Because they don't have those tactics and the style, it's much more loose. We're gonna see a mid collapse, and they can't convert on the tools. Lux got 3. Lux lined up both on Cat, and then, well, the headshot comes through, and that is it. paiN Gaming destroy yet another team on their map pick. At least Red Canids did one better than 5 days ago. It's a 13-3 instead of a 13-2.
Yeah, this was the setup here. This is the map that they sure prepared for here. Come through either. Because it felt like the success story that we were talking about with paiN on this map was less so about them hitting their shots, but playing positioning super effectively, nullifying and actually coming up with a game plan to shut down David on a consistent basis. Like, you know, if you're paiN on a CT side, man, throw a smoke on Palace and keep it smoked. It becomes impossible to hit out A for him. He was left completely nullified. And it makes it for an impressive scoreline here that I expect to continue.
Bro was just did nothing on that T side. Bro was locked up and in jail every single time on Palace. And well, here we go into the ramp side. venomZera, solo defender, and a bit out of position here for the Red Canids, as now diving down. venomZera with 1, but quickly and instantly traded out there by kauez. Nithon does arrive here with dualies, and he does get that first. Doors swing open, doors close. David with 1, but not the second. kauez, again a fast trade, but BigQZera doesn't look both ways before he crosses the street. kauez in a 1 versus 3, now needing that ace to win this. Be able to trade out and get another. kauez has not taken a bullet and has gotten 4 kills. He's even gonna take some time. Okay. He fiddles with the door. He does get away. And Henny, was he seen?
I think he had to have.
Yes, kauez down here at the double doors, and Henny thinks he's gone up to the site. Oh my god, absolutely gamed right now.
Okay.
But now Henny thinks, oh,
This is weird.
did he go to A? So kauez. Oh my god. Alright, so kauez knows where Henny is. He's gonna start sweeping things out. Things are awful quiet on this map. Henny comes back in for the clear. kauez with the ace. 1 versus 3 in the pistol. He took his very first bullet on that very last fight. Everything else completely instant.
Yeah, I mean, that's just the thing here. I mean, you do not want to go up against this guy on a pistol round. As I highlighted, you know, we've seen a little bit of struggles individually from him in that last series, but he has the capability, the very quick aim, flashy and snappy. He's quick on the kills. You're not on his screen for very long in a majority of situations, and you give him fights on a pistol round like that, you allow him to isolate himself in these duels, and it becomes so much more challenging, and that's a really tough pill to swallow on the second map.
Yeah, you gotta be winning those kind of rounds here if you're Red Canids. paiN are the better team. You know, Death Taxes and Big Uzera in secret is the name of the game for this T side. Except Big Uzera knows how to get himself activated. He doesn't need the rest of his team to get kills for him to find impact. It's a very interesting way to call being the... I wouldn't call it like a passive lurk. Big Uzera is his own space creator on the extremity. But calling around him is always quite nifty. Snow's gonna go down. Mac 10 not finding much.
Players that I think can make a comfortable case to do the calling himself with the efficiency.
But
Sure.
exact same spot. Both players go down.
USP all of a sudden become advantaged up against the life or Mac 10
No.
range.
Python.
May he rest in peace.
Alright, how many players without head Kevlar? Make that 3. The second question to postulate is, where's Snow going?
Target those players without Kevlar. Can imagine something quicker here out of the gates. Hate the idea. But nothing super aggro. Always want to give a shot for Big U to work first things first. It's a duel that they're hoping for. Henny taking some fights towards that outer yard. Doesn't really get a lot of information. Big U is to fall, and I think they should have heard players down secret, but when you get that outer yard lurk, they're going to be a little late in transition, so Venom Zera's got to do a lot of heavy lifting from a pretty passive angle on the B-side defense.
Oh, okay, he eats like 4 dinks and then... Well, there's Snow's Mac 10. And look at the aggressive space that he's taken. Our Redkin is... They're not really setting up for a retake right now. I do like this clear from... Yes, but he doesn't... Out the corner, and kauez wins the duel. And he is... They're not trying this. Red Canids in the 4-on-4 will not be going for this round. They lose that extra player. And they're not even going to poke their heads in. 3-0 start for paiN.
Let's call it a day. Not enough of a conversation to have here.
Does NQZ survive here? I think he does.
Terrorists
Oh, yeah.
win.
Easily.
See the purchase come through again. It's still going to be missing an AWP, which I think is pretty big hit. Pause called to ice out whatever's being called over. On the other side of things for Red Canids, trying to get it activated on this series in general. Actually, don't know if they've gotten around. No, they have not. Certainly yet to get a round in a row. Yet to get any momentum building off of that factor.
so we are off. We're gonna turn this into a fast A rush here. Underhand flashes will have to do, and they work. David, full blind spraying. And a quick double entry spells the end of this round. Well, something miraculous comes through that smoke, it doesn't. Red Canids, in the first 15 seconds, have probably made the decision to save. It's gonna be one of these games, huh?
Could be, but I just love the call from paiN off the back of a Red Canids timeout as well. They call a timeout of their own. They set themselves up for quick motion towards that A side. It's just absolutely brutal. A quick and devastating punch off the back of maybe an attempt at an adjustment. You know, whatever you had planned there, maybe a little bit more resources towards that outer yard, it leaves the A side weak. paiN identifying the possibility that that could be the case, and then throwing their next punch to deal with the vulnerability.
Oh, and it starts off. That's sad. Well, off down immediately. Oh, and coldzera is extremely dead. Courtesy of Lux, who's just gonna strafe around, make the ROPS jump. And how are Red Canids gonna win this round? Well, it has to be courtesy of venomZera.
I don't have a good feeling about his...
Oh my god. Lux is so... How do you even do that? Like... If I was venomZera, I would be so mad. Why is he there? Why is he there and watching that?
Why is he there? Such a devastating call. When your brain goes to why is he there, so you know you lost the mental battle.
Yep. 2 players on A and... Okay, Ithon will be spotted out. I believe Day-to-Day is the standard A anchor. They can probably make a guess that he ain't here.
Bomb has been planted.
And the crazy part about how Nuke's bomb works now is that everyone on the A side has got to vacate, or else they will go up and smoke with it. How many saves in a row are we looking at here? 3rd save in a row?
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, the
Yeah.
4th.
Fourth?
4th save in a row.
One less gun to hold on to. I mean, again, as I highlighted there, big pickup out of the gates.
Terrorists win.
Getting that AWP opening duel. And just nullifying Henny's op presence on a CT side for the first time he has it is a huge hit. You know, certainly a player that I can get behind on a CT side of Nuke. I trust in his ability to reposition. I trust in his ability to get you activated. I've seen what he can do in the past, especially for this Red Canids roster and Imperial back in the day when he was operating at some incredible levels. But he shuts him down with the swiftness on his first move.
Oh, that's good there from Henny, who picks off 2.
There you go.
And, well, okay. Lux from top of mini once again finds coldzera. Pretty sure they weren't expecting an op to be in play, and can kind of only get away with that if it isn't there.
You got a little sneaky with the with the cross smokes, right?
Yeah, just kind of dry running it. Look at the advanced angles here from kauez. Locked in, kauez. Instant headshot. And he does drop down onto the site. And, well, David providing support in from outside. There's a second. It's shot from Henny. And Lux knows where David is and converts the kill, but 5 HP. Not easy and won't escape. venomZera not blinded by the flash, as Lux was hoping for, and the clean sheet ends for paiN.
I have it. 5-0 up on Vertigo last time, if you remember. And they were 5-0 up on Nuke. It wasn't a 13-0 this time around in the first snap, but it was similarly dominant. We'll see if one mistake will slow things down. It's right back to winning ways here. I think they'll button up some of the out-of-yard play that they did last time around. You can imagine. Snow using that fence to guide him to a position to toss more utility. What's Biggie waiting for? What's he even looking at? Waiting for the utility to get him on some sort of activity. There's a smoke to make it some moves. He's gonna walk through it. Oh, this timing. It's gotta be a little bit dicey, but nicely handled from Cold. That's a huge pickup. And there's a setup for Biggie. That's, you know, plan A for paiN. Tossed to the sidelines, isn't it?
Second point of call is venomZera on this off angle, very much alone. All the things just gets broken down just as venomZera goes for that jiggle peek, but now look who's here. Henny on the angle. That second player in. And as long as venomZera stays alive this round. Not happening, but with NQZ finding that kill, it starts to get weird. kauez has walked out to the vent. Me tossing in that molly from heaven. Smoke to Mini, but eventually Nithon still top hut. David still here. 3-man setup just late into the round. It's just too powerful. And Red Canids, second round. Alrighty. We're gonna get started here on the CT side. Thankfully, it's not just gonna be another runaway game. I think venomZera has been kind of found out outside. Unable to get down secret as his trademark.
What you highlighted as well was, yeah, good. These two teams very familiar with each other. Know quite a bit of history, so I feel like you know as well. I mean, seeing Biggie make moves like that for quite some time on Nuke. This is where he does have a lot more activity on a T side. Can not only call effective, but trust himself to be doing a lot of heavy lifting in this map. But as of early, nothing given at the moment. And a motion straight in towards venomZera with a hero rifle on Snow. That head-to-head's gonna mean a lot.
Around the corner. And the double kill should be enough here for venomZera. Smoke available, though, for Snow to go in towards that single floor. David Diaz is gonna step in front of it, though, and get a kill and some extra damage. Snow. Oh. We'll be able to plant. kauez, though, snuck on past, and now in a 1 versus 2 in a very winnable situation. Just misses out. Just missed out on coldzera. And way inside the corner. Cold just walks up on him. Easy does it. He thought he jump spotted for it, but unfortunately didn't. So a good effort. Stays competitive. As long as Red Canids pick up the rounds, though, I think they're going to be happy. I haven't got many of those, I will say.
I think they got about what they wanted, though. Talk about the hero rifle. Sure, you would have liked to win, but finding themselves with 3 kills and a bomb plant is exactly what you're gunning for. See what else they can now make back with the gun rounds. Biggie back with the action here and the activity towards that outer yard. As we know, firm to get up to, but that's a red angle right there. I don't know if that was straight through the smoke, but able to collect on a big U. And again, like, Kenny's opping turns into like heat-seeking vision on this map when it goes to smoke opportunities. Reposition is effective, but Snow with 1 bullet out of his rifle is all the more useful.
And they know Nithon is his top hut player. And QZ, he could drop a molly on top if he would like. But instead, a late move outside. I has no idea where to look. Second wall of smokes here. Feeling a bit out of position.
Silent.
All 4. No silent down secret.
Still seeing that rotation though, either way, out of the gut feeling, out of, you know, accountment for the possibilities. It's going to be Venom's there that has to do it all. Molly for the vent cutoff, so Venom's there put on notice and already identified. He's going to have to dance and buy time. Any extra help not going to come through, not going to come through in time. The molly of the vent was so valuable. A little lackadaisical though, and the molly there following it up, and the bomb play going to come through, but they got knocked away out of the park here for this one. NQZ looking to hold down the line, identified and run down. And Red Canids and a quick recovery of that one.
Yeah, I think Luck's a bit too fancy with the molly in single door, and that compromises the whole setup. Trying to get that molly to land inside of the vents instead of just going for that instant refresh of it. And it's going to cost them. They get a bomb plant, so they'll have a purchase again. paiN Gaming had the right call. Vikazera from the sidelines did an excellent job there. But just a small individual mistake. So we're back in.
Big victory. Big pickup. A little more relief for Red Canids. I mean, again, it could be a big turnaround as well. Okay, a little cheeky flashbang off the back of it, poke and prod, but look at kauez in motion. Out towards the vents now, avoids the spam, avoids the utility. Smoke to lurk things out. David, ready for the next move!
What? No!
What? That is unacceptable.
That is one of the freest kills in Counter-Strike, and where did it go? Where did the shots go? I mean, okay, so there's multiple players down secret. The real problem is, how the heck is Snow gonna get that bomb down there? Is the true problem.
Wow.
The end goal will be the A site.
Yeah. I mean, eventually lobby regress, right? That's the next piece of the puzzle. Now it's more so a question is how does kauez involve himself into this round, but they're catching the lobby re-aggro. There goes into the A bomb site. kauez cuts off an extra rotate. Nithon boxed in. Lobby position. Climbs his aggression nicely. My god, Jesus, nothing's hitting. Nothing's hitting. And Red Canids round goes awry. Couple of free fights. The bullets will just disappear into thin air. pressure's right back on that economy now for Red Canids as well. Money damage has been done, and Big U starting to fight back in some of these out-of-yard plays now. Had a couple of frustrating rounds, getting blasted out through the smoke, playing around the smokes, getting red most of all by Red Canids. But one answer back straight onto coldzera is revenge. Sweet, sweet revenge.
Now, that's a little, you know, fortune going back the way of Red Canids. That's,
Karma, maybe?
yeah. This game has still been quite sad, I will say. Red Canids got a couple, you know, some decent holds, but now we're back to saving. I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna react to just all of those whiffs that just happened at the previous round and what to make of it. It's going to result in 7 rounds here on the T side for paiN Gaming. And the last, I mean, knowing how these Red Canids T sides have been as of late, I don't have a lot of faith they can roll this one back. It'll have to take some monumental performance that we just have not seen so far on this map. We haven't seen David take over any rounds necessarily. We've seen Henny at least have some impact. All 4 of his kills have been pretty valuable to my recollection. But Red Canids and their T sides are so driven on that X factor that they have not had today.
Have had the opening prowess. They've had some good reads onto what paiN have been doing, but not long lasting. Another Molotov on top of the hut. They're blocking on the inbound though. Ninthon with a big pickup and an AK retrieval. How much more can he do? He's just getting peppered on in through the smoke. He finds another one. This is a huge step up from Ninthon. And he's gonna do it all. He's won enough time. That smoke is so efficient, so effective. And Red Canids will find a little relief with the 5th round.
No more competing. Bound to your inner voice, yeah. Things seem misleading. Just until you stop and make your choice. So whatever you long for, don't give up along the way. Just don't give up along the way, you know. And cherish the moment. Come on up and just let go. Come on up and just let that go. Let it 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 go. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful life, don't you think? If we go down in history. If we go down
And Dread enters the minds of Red Canids as they have the bomb spawn in on one of their players. That means they're on the T side. And that has not been a good side for this team. Last time they played paiN Gaming on this map. You want to know how many T side rounds they got, Cole?
0.
Oh, you're close. It's 1. That's infinitely many more than 0. I'm funny, aren't I? Yeah,
You're just good at math.
I suppose so. Lux, he's also pretty good at math. He can probably count to 3 in front of him. How many he's gonna get though? 0. As David said initial entry. Bomb makes it past Henny as well down the vent. We got a 4-on-4. But kauez is quick on the move here from Ram. Now Coltair is coming through on the backstab, but is gonna need to be quick. And I think he's just been quick enough, or has he? Is the question. He's gonna slink on past, and okay, he gets his double. Looking like Red Canids will get this pistol round, as we will see a pistol round save here from paiN Gaming. I think Biggie Zera, is he at max armor? I think he is. So he'll also be able to get some cheap head Kevlar for the next round, and we could see a potential force buy.
Terrorists win.
Get enough distance. Easy upgrades onto head Kevlar or just straight FAMAS. Yeah, I mean, sure. Have just enough money for it right there, as you can see. 2 FAMASs on a force buy. Not to say, like, this is completely different circumstances. We got a CT side of Nuke to close out on. We've got a lead for paiN Gaming. Lost a pistol in that last map, or last series rather, in the second map, and they couldn't really gain a lot of traction from that point. In this case, they do have the extra advantage of getting up into T side of Red, that has been just really difficult for them.
So we do come back in with that force buy. And Big Azera with that first kill. Oh my god, Big Azera got 2 and nearly 3 from the one and done position, as Venom Zera runs out of ammunition as well. And look who was flanking. I think Snow actually... Where did Snow go down? Can't be 100% sure.
Let's go quickly, and now I think if you're Lux, it puts a little extra pressure on just draining that clock if you can.
I mean, he
Go
might
HPS.
just run. He's just gonna
that'll-
run out and stop the plant. See you later. Round done. Round is over here for Red Canids. They cannot win. Henny's not even trying it. David Diaz is up in heaven.
Post-time deaths, not a real availability. That feels like a huge death blow right there to the Red Canids, who already have struggles on their T side. That pistol was supposed to give them a little ground. That is quite the opposite. It's into straight double FAMAS territory. And dang. Big, not only calling it up. He gets off the... Okay. I was about to say he ripped the FAMAS away from Lux. He said, give me that. Sweet A1S. But he tossed it back over. Had to check out the cool skin or something. I don't know. But timeout called. I don't know if it's going to provide any relief. Whatever they come up with has to be quick.
This round has got to be good for Red Canids if they really want to even give this game a try. Lose this round, you're on full eco. Oh, and well, sure. Shot through. He burned. Shot through the smoke plus the molly. Henny is done.
I talked about Henny as well as a player who like feels like he has heat-seeking vision on this map. He can find so many kills through smoke. Well, there's the favor returned. That's
Okay.
a crazy headshot being threaded in by Venom Zera. Sharp as can be. Snow would not like to test you. Instead, takes a more passive approach. He's got his full belt of utility, and I think it's such a smart reposition from him to get down the vents and make sure that he can provide value in this site defense with the utility he has left. And this NQZ reposition feels like round securing depending on where things go.
Now, Cold Zara does look like he wants to check for it, but the last position Snow showed was inside of Mini. And so, there's a freebie. It's just so well orchestrated this round. Zara with a second headshot, though. Still has a chance to win it. Both players have revealed their positions, but he wasn't ready for that top hut player. Nithon has to go run back, scoop up the bomb, though. 30 seconds. Drops it down the vents, because he knows Snow was there. And a plant inevitable, but kauez here.
Oh, he's gonna go through hut. I mean, this is huge reposition. This is...
But he has to know. They have to know he's inside. There's, like, no way.
Yes.
And that they certainly do, and Snow with an instant headshot out of the Galil. And that is all for the round. Now the question is, do Red Canids force back off the plant?
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
I don't know. I mean, might want to give themselves more opportunities with the gun round. They definitely don't have enough economy to make the case. That's going to be probably a pretty quick answer right there. And it will call it a pretty simple eco. A couple D-Eagles in the mix for David and Venom's there to see if they can't get a couple of picks, probably towards the outer yard, you'd imagine. But head-to-head versus KWP, and NQZ's not missing.
I mean, I don't think he's really been missing this entire series when it comes down to that op. On Mirage, he was just so hyper-confident. And
David.
oh,
he
it
got
wasn't
the
even...
impact.
It wasn't even dead to the grenade, dead to the... Got hit with a baseball there.
Ouch! That hurt. Rouged him right there. Rouged him up good. Oh my god. That's quite the shot right there as well.
Well, it's 10-6 here. NQZ isn't missing. PaiN Gaming are strong in positioning. And, well, that's a great start, though. Big Zera does get found. Spamming around the smoke. Oh, and NQZ does connect.
Oh, no, you sneaky guy.
Oh,
No.
look at this. Nithon watching for it.
That was certain death. He was toast. And something in his mind said, how about or not? Maybe it was Biggie who was watching. But either way, man advantage still maintained. Now there's a better chance for a Snow fight as he stays alive and retreats and concedes space in this man advantage, and eventually he's rewarded with his patience paying off. He makes the sound cue like he's bailing out, but falls with a very quick headshot from Nithon, who's been leading the charge for this Red Canids roster. Not the oftentimes player you'd expect to be having this amount of impact individually, but someone's got to do it. Oh, that bait right there alone probably sets him up for big. Yeah, you're not going to expect kauez on the site proper. Really cool play from Lux.
Nithon?
That might have just secured it, but Nithon's still in a clutch. He avoids the op shot.
He needs to go fetch the bomb.
Yeah.
Ah, second miss. Oh, but kauez just giving himself the most difficult angle to clear. It's like break his neck to try and hit that shot. That's not happening. And well, 11-6. No bomb plant, meaning you have to take an eco. It's only been just very discombobulated and disappointing T-sides here from Red Canids here in this qualifier. And just since they've gotten back to South America in general. They're gonna full send it.
Oh,
Out from HUD. Rough timing there for looks, I do agree. But we salvage. As Snow found a double and everyone gets lined up on the site. Only one falls. paiN Gaming have 6 opportunities to knock Red Canids in dominant fashion out of this qualifier.
quick and clean is what they're after. And that might be what they grant the timeout. Might as well use them if you're Red Canids. Giving themselves a little breather before raid back into the fire and the flames of a paiN Gaming defense that holds strong just about every facet. Full team effort here. NQZ showing up in a CT side. The rest of the squad had a lot of impact on that T side. Kill distribution is nice and close for this defense as well. And that's more of what I've talked about here with this squad. I mean, the understanding of the roles, the effectiveness of these players that are so young still, that have so much room for growth. I think paiN have done such a great job of future-proofing their roster. A team that's already competitive on the international scale, a couple best of 3s off for making a playoff run in IEM Dallas. You know, best of 3 off of making the playoffs in a major. These guys are yet to, I think, even see their peak. So Katowice Challenger event, that's a key opportunity for this squad.
Oh, David trying to get finicky, but not on NQZ's watch. Even pushing back in. Does miss, though. And Zera with the fast shot. And slumped.
Zera takes a lot of initiative off of that big pickup. They'll reins it in eventually. Let's see in goal right now. They are so careful. They are so cautious on the map at the moment. Tough fight for Cold though. Just sidelined now. Cues up a Lux awareness as they deal with the out of yard player. And go and cover it as well. Lux fully focused now, tuned. Off angle already maintained, and it's just a 1v3 for Henny to develop. And it's not going to happen. paiN Gaming start their lower bracket run with a victory over the Red Canids.
Yeah, over probably the second top team in the qualifier, as both of them got upset in their opening rounds. But I think Red Canids coming through with a very underwhelming performance. I've kind of been saying it, parroting it this whole broadcast.